Hey teachers, if you are getting ready to plan a party for your upper elementary or middle school classroom, you are likely feeling the pressure. But don't worry, I have a realistic approach to party planning that has worked for years, and it will take all of the weight off of your shoulders. I'm going to walk you through how I get my students to buy in, how I communicate with parents, get all of the supplies and activities that I need, and execute an amazing party that the students love. All of this without a ton of prep work for me. So check out my website, teachingintherealworld.com, if you'd prefer to have a paper copy of this plan, or if you'd like a free letter home to parents or sample party schedule. It's all available there. Let's dive into why we feel pressure when we're planning parties and how we can alleviate it. The first thing that you want to do when planning your party is you want to cultivate your plan, meaning you want to decide what it is you want to have at your party. This will be the most work that you have to do in regards to getting this party planned, set, and ready to go. The reason why you want to come up with your own plan first is because you are going to steer your students in that right direction. So make sure you know exactly what you want for this party. Here's what has worked for me for years and years. The first thing, board games. Students will bring these in. The second thing, snacks. Students will also bring these in. The last thing, an independent activity. You'll want something that works for you and your students so that if they're not wanting to play games or they need a little time to themselves or quiet time, they can do that. Typically, I would have some sort of coloring sheet, word puzzles, mind games, or even a large puzzle that students can quietly work on. Once you've got these three things set, you are ready to present to your class and get that party planned without any work from you. You've got your plan in place for your class party, and now it's time to share with students. Remember, your enthusiasm will get them excited, so be sure to present it with lots of energy. You want to make sure that you have your plan in the back of your head. You know your students better than anyone, and this is your opportunity to be the neck. You've got to turn them in the right direction so that they go along with your party plan. You'll want to let them know that you were thinking of board games and they get to share their favorite games from home. Snacks, they get to bring in their favorite snacks. You'll want to listen to your students' ideas, hear them out, but please stick to the plan. You don't want to create any extra work for yourself. Sometimes your students will have plans that don't create extra work for you, but would contribute to the party. For example, one year I had students that wanted to write down songs for a possible playlist. This was an easy way for them to contribute without having to purchase or bring anything in. Listen to those ideas and things that could work for your class, but remember, try to stick with your plan because we want to keep the heavy lifting off of your shoulders. In the end, your students are going to have a great time, they're going to be excited, and they're going to really take ownership of this party, and it will become theirs, and that will make it even more meaningful. All right, let's dive in next to how I communicate with parents and how I get things signed up for. You've got your students excited about the party, and now it's time to communicate with parents. I highly recommend sending home a paper, letter, or flyer to parents to let them know that the party is coming and that you need their help. We need them to sign up to bring items to the party. If you need some help with this, check out my website, teachingintherealworld.com. I've got a free printable PDF letter to parents explaining the party and the help that you need. I highly recommend on this letter, you can paste in your QR code or website that you'll be using for parents to go and sign up for items. When you're creating your sign up, be sure to include specific spots for all of the different things that you'll need. For example, when it comes to board games, I typically recommend only having 5 to 10 sign up slots. Any more than that, and it's overwhelming for students, and frankly, you probably don't have the floor space for it. Make sure that when the parents sign up for board games, there's also a space for them to put what game their student will be bringing. That way you don't have repeats of games. You'll also want to put a sign up for a sweet snack, a salty snack, and hopefully a drink. Don't forget to include napkins or plates. These are also easy things that parents can send in that aren't as expensive. Don't forget to put down how many students are in the class so that parents know how many of each item to send in. And that's all you have to do. Let the parents know what you need and create a sign up for them. They'll do the rest. Now that you have everything planned out, let's talk about how you'll execute your party day. It's party day, so let's talk about the party schedule and how you can reinforce that. So typically what you'll want to do is you'll want to present the schedule to students before they get started in their board games, snacks, and other festivities. If you need some help with this, check out my website, teachingintherealworld.com. I've got a sample schedule that I use in my classroom, as well as a free printable template that you can use to project onto your document camera, so students know what to expect and know when they'll need to rotate. Depending on how much time you have, I recommend doing 15 to 20-minute rotations. I also recommend using some sort of sound signal to let students know that it's time to rotate. So for example, I use a bell. When that 20 minutes is up, I ding my bell and they know that it's time to go to a new station. Make sure that you're clear with students and that they know that they will not get to go to every single station, so they need to choose wisely. In addition to that, make sure that you let students know that they won't necessarily be able to finish every single game. There's just not enough time. But if they get to experience a game that they really love, there's an opportunity to talk with their parents and possibly purchase that game in the near future. You'll also want to let your students know about how many students should be at each rotation. Typically, I say no more than 5. Once you have more than 5 students, the game will move too slowly and students won't be able to rotate through. Once all of these parameters have been set, you are ready to begin your party time. Make sure that you're clear with your students, make sure you set your expectations, and make sure you stick to your times. Next up, let's talk about things that you can do to make this party run even more smoothly. Some easy party strategies. Here are some additional party day suggestions that will really make a world of difference. First off, get involved. Jump in, join a rotation, play a game, and have fun. This is all about you getting to spend time with your students and then them getting to spend time with you. Remember, it's your party too. Next, you'll want to make sure that you have some sort of a quiet zone, a quiet station. And this can be one that you've created, or maybe another student volunteered to create this. Nothing wrong with that. Take the pressure off of you. But this quiet station is good because sometimes students need a break from games or a break from being inundated with constant stimulation. So they can read a book, color, do some sort of mind game like a Sudoku or a word search, whatever the case may be. Create a quiet zone in your classroom for students to do during a rotation if they would like. And of course, I highly suggest, don't forget those snacks. I highly suggest having a whole group snack time. Have the entire class break from game playing in order to come together and eat snack. Whether it's on the floor, whether you guys go sit outside, or whatever the case may be, bring the entire class together for that snack time. Last but not least, and the thing that often gets forgotten during the party day schedule, is cleanup. Leave plenty of time for cleanup. You want students to help you out. You don't want to have to do all of the cleanup on your own. So make sure you're working that into your schedule. In the end, this party is going to be great. And if you need additional help or resources, I have got you covered. Just check out my website, teachingintherealworld.com. Under my teacher resources, I have a bunch of stuff for class parties. And I also have a blog post to help you to have a successful class party. I hope this has helped, and I hope that you enjoy your time with your students. Happy teaching!